It is day 7 of my Spring Declutter challenge, and I'm going to be completely honest. The weather is really horrible again this week. It's actually supposed to snow again today. It's April 15th, and we're forecasted snow today. I honestly just want to go back to bed. But today's challenge is fairly easy and quick. I think the hardest part is going to be going through my recipe binder, but I know I did that last year really thoroughly, so I'm hoping that will still be quick, but we'll see. So I am doing our dining room buffet today. This is the big piece of storage that we have in this room. It has small appliances, it has like our junk drawer, like batteries and things like that. It has coasters, recipe books, and just kind of in there, so it's kind of like a catch-all space. I try to keep this fairly clutter-free, but compared to other areas of my home, I don't go through this one quite as often. At least twice a year. I try to do it more like 4 times a year, but life sometimes gets in the way. So let's get going. And here's what I'll be working on today. This is our buffet. It's actually a dining room buffet, but we've also used it as an entertainment center. We love this piece. It's very versatile. Behind the left door are cookbooks, recipes, and our ice cream maker. And then in the drawers are things like our coasters, tablecloths, extra napkins, our junk drawer, which is basically just our batteries, flashlights, and candles for emergencies. And the bottom drawer holds an extra ice cream maker piece and our pasta maker, and then the small appliances are behind the right door. If you ever do not know where to start with your decluttering, I always recommend spending a few minutes working on an area you can see. So I'm going to start by doing that and just making sure that our fruit is still good, just tidying this up. We keep our fruit here because we see it and it stays out of the kitchen, freeing up space for other things that have to be in there, but we're more likely to eat our fruit because we can see it. And then next, I'm going to spend a couple minutes just looking at our cookbooks, making sure that the ones that we're keeping are ones we actually use. I'm going to just clean up the shelf as well. So a couple really quick tasks we can do when we don't have a lot of time. Next, I'm just going to go through this top drawer, make sure there isn't anything in here that we don't need, and everything that's up here, we use regularly. I tried putting the table runners into the bowl, but realized that was going to be kind of hard to get to them, so I put all the organizing back the way it was. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And now the junk drawer. It's not a typical junk drawer. I just don't like calling it our emergency drawer. But if the power goes out, this is the drawer we go to. It has our batteries, it has glow sticks, our candles, matches, flashlights, all of those things that in an emergency we need to find them quick. This is a really good central location in our home to find these items. And I did find a couple things that I had no idea why they were even in here, like the stylus for a tablet we haven't had in a couple years, but you just never know what you're going to find. I really did want to try to figure out a way to organize this better, but I wasn't sure what to do, so I just started putting everything away, and then let me grab some containers. So I went to the garage, I raided my stash of containers, I wiped them out because the last places these were used was in the kitchen. So just making sure that they're clean because I don't want to have any crumbs in here and invite mice or bugs or anything in. I'm just going to see which container is going to work best. I did like this shoebox organizer for holding the glow sticks and the candles, but it didn't feel quite right. Everything was just kind of tight in there. I like my items to be able to breathe a little bit and just be able to get things in and out quickly. So I decided to upgrade to the bigger container to see if that would still fit in the drawer and work better. So I'm just moving everything over to there. And I have to apologize for the camera angles. It is very difficult. I need to figure out, I might just need to get a different tripod set up so I can get better camera angles because this is just not cutting it. So I appreciate your patience. All right, but got that bin in. It's looking great. I decided to try using this long, thin white one to hold our flashlights. And it was working really well. But then I'm like, hold up. I have these little tiny containers. I could use one for holding the matches, and then like the votive LED candles, just because those are so small and they get lost so easily in this drawer. So if I could put them into a container to keep them separate, we might be able to find them when we need them a lot easier. And it worked. And because I upgraded to the bigger bin, there was room for this container to sit with the other candles. I was very happy. The only problem is that the thing we get to most in this drawer is the batteries, but it was going to be towards the back. I didn't like that. So whatever you use most needs to be easiest to get to. So I rearranged. Everything miraculously fit. That does not always happen. And while the batteries can't lay flat anymore, they still fit and are really easy to get to. And then moving on to the bottom drawer, nothing in here that needs to be moved elsewhere. So we're moving on to the right door. So I'm just going to tidy up in here, and the little crock pot was sticking out farther than normal, and I realized our meat grinder was there, and it fits perfectly in the bottom drawer. So taking advantage of space that was empty and freeing up space in a kind of packed area, I felt like really big wins. I think we've only used our meat slicer once, but my husband wants to keep it, so I'm kind of not sure what to do. So we're gonna just leave it for now and see if we use it. All right, now moving on to the recipe binder. I love my recipe binder. This is a great way for me to just keep my recipes all organized. All the recipes are in plastic page protectors, so I can pull them out of the binder and not worry about them getting wet or messy as I cook with them. It's just been a great system. Now you see me freaking out. One of my favorite recipes from when I was a kid, I do not have to adapt to make it gluten-free. I did not realize that, so I'm very excited. We'll definitely be making those soon. And because this process went really smoothly and is kind of boring to watch, I figured I would answer a frequently asked question that I've gotten, not necessarily on YouTube, but other social media things, is about my tattoo on the inside of my right wrist. It is a line drawing of a crescent moon with like circles around it. It's actually taken from Van Gogh's Starry Night, which is my favorite painting, but it has symbolism for me. I have a lot of mental health issues, so there's a quote that I love about that: no matter what phase the moon is, it's still whole. So even on my darkest days and I just feel like broken and everything, I am still whole. And then another one of my favorite quotes is, be the moon, reflect the sun, but instead of being S-U-N, it's S-O-N. And so on like days that I'm really struggling, it helps me to be more like Jesus. So I don't talk about my faith a lot over here because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm beating them over the head with it, but it just really helps me on my dark days to remember who I'm trying to follow, and that doesn't matter how dark my days are, I'm still whole. Switching gears, let me show you the emergency drawer. It still looks really messy, but oh my goodness, is it organized and so easy to find everything, and we can just pull out the bins as needed to find what we're looking for. So happy with it. As I expected, there really wasn't that much in there that needed to be done, but knowing that it's done makes me feel really good. And then redoing the like emergency supply drawer, I feel better now that I can pull things out. Things aren't going to fall all over the place. So just knowing that in an emergency, I can go in, I can find what I'm looking for really easily, grab it, and then just continue going on with whatever I need to be doing. That really makes me feel like prepared, I guess. So not too bad, but a nice, easy project for a very gloomy Tuesday. I hope you're having a really good day and that the sun is shining on you wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Happy decluttering. Bye.